Hello, welcome back to another video. So today, as you probably have seen from the title and the description, I am giving my kitchen windowsill a bit of a makeover. She needs a little bit of love. You'll see what I mean when I've shown you actually building this, but it's cramped with plants. There's just stuff all over the kitchen windowsill and it's doing my head in. So I basically built some little shelves to go on the windowsill. Now, I am not going to pretend like I'm a DIY expert. I have a drill and a dream, and that's how I go into all of these videos, and that's how I go into all of these projects. That is my mindset, drill and a dream. So I'll just show you a little bit of me actually building the shelves. I'm not going to do like a full tutorial of these shelves or anything. It's quite like basic, rudimentary shelves, to be honest. But I just basically measured up the windowsill, like obviously cut all the like pieces to the right lengths, and I did like 2 like planks width basically, because that's just based on the wood that I had from like other projects left over. And if anyone is new to the channel and doesn't know, I am a bit of a DIY like pallet project connoisseur. So I end up just seeing what I have from like dismantling different pallets and then just seeing what will work with different projects. So I decided to go with like 2 bits of wood like width, just because that's what worked for my windowsill. It's quite a deep windowsill, but in hindsight, like obviously I have now done this DIY. Looking at it, you'll see what I mean. I might make some changes. So we'll see what happens. But I thought I would just put in a few clips of me making it, even if I'm not doing like a full tutorial, so you can just see what it was that I did. So basically I decided to do this with, it's essentially like 3 shelves. So there's the 2 shelves in between and then the top of it, which is going to be used as a shelf as well. So I didn't want to put anything on the bottom, purely because I didn't really want there to be anything on the actual windowsill. So it's obviously, it's quite an old property. Everything's a little bit wonky, you know, the walls are literally wonky, and so then like tiles are wonky, and it's been a bit of a challenge then actually finding and or making any furniture that actually fits within the house, and equally as well not spending an absolute fortune doing it because I'm renting. So I don't mind putting my time into things because I know I am going to be in this house for a little while, but I don't want to spend my hard-earned money on all of these things. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare. And you will see, like, they were a little bit wobbly on the shelf. Had to, like, put a bit of, like, kitchen roll in, basically, just for now. Just to, like, stop it from wobbling, you know, like where you have to put, like, a folded up bit of paper, like, under a table leg because the table's wobbly. It was like that, purely because the tiles on the windowsill are literally, like, wonky. But so yeah, anyway, so I didn't want to have like a base on this, so it's just like the 2 sides and then the shelves. And then what I did is I just obviously, what you've seen with making that like one piece, I just basically did that twice and then joined the 2 together with some like support pieces under like a couple of the shelves and in the middle on the top, which it worked really well. I did then obviously give this a really good sand, and I finished it with like a wood varnish or something. But yeah, here is the state of the windowsill. We have dead and dying plants, which, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did just put back on the shelf and forget about. But I just needed to sort it out. You will see as well, it ended up kind of being a bit of like an impromptu like windowsill deep clean, because this windowsill was disgusting. So and yeah, it really needed a clean. Like, I didn't actually think it was that bad until I started taking everything off, and I gave it a little spray, gave it a little wipe, and I was like, this is not actually doing anything. So I was like, this needs a deep clean. So I got the scrubber brush out, I got the pink stuff, the paste out, and honestly, it came up an absolute treat. I did also, if you are watching this thinking, oh my god, Heather, your window is filthy, I'm aware. It has been incredibly like dusty, and all of like the really, really warm weather outside has destroyed the outside of my windows. Not destroyed, like it's obviously not permanent, but it's just, they are filthy. Like, they're absolutely disgusting. And then now we're getting into like spider season, so there's cobwebs over everything. It's horrible. So I did actually end up, I didn't film it, but you will see like at the end where I'm showing like the finished final cleaned window, the outside suddenly looks so much cleaner as well. So I did also clean that, don't you worry. So yeah, just enjoy me cleaning the windowsill for a sec, getting this all nice and clean, nice and tidy, ready for the new shelves to be put in. So I was getting these shelves in, then realised this is a tight squeeze. I still had like a command hook on the side of the tile, so I had to take that off. And yeah, it was a tight squeeze, I'll be honest. I was really, really worried at first that I didn't do my measurements properly, because obviously with everything being a bit wonky, like this has taught me I need to measure at like multiple points on anything within the house, because like one part might actually not be as wide as another part. But anyway, I then realised that I'd actually put the shelves in the other way around. I had wanted them, like, there was basically one of the shelves, because it's all pallet wood and it's not perfect, there was like one part of the shelf that was like almost sticking up a bit, like the wood was warped a little bit. But that was fine, because in my head I was like, okay, great, that will be at the back of the shelf and it'll be fine. But then also I put them in the wrong way around. So cue me switching them around and moving them around basically, and putting them in the right position. And then it was just a case of filling up the shelves with all of the plants, everything that I wanted on the windowsill. So I do like to keep the absolute like essential cleaning things on here. So I have like my cleaning spray, like my washing up liquid, a hand soap. I have like my little compost bin that, so it sits on the kitchen windowsill, and then it just gets this one, like the little one just gets emptied out into my big one outside. I don't just compost on my kitchen windowsill, don't worry. This is purely so that I don't have to like be going out into the garden to add things into the compost bin every single time I'm like prepping anything with food. So I do then have that, which is why there's like a big gap between the base of the kitchen windowsill and the first shelf, because I wanted there to be enough space for like my cleaning spray and stuff like that to sit on there nice and comfortably. and then it was just a case of filling up the shelves. I do think in hindsight, after actually putting things on the shelf, the gap between the shelves, like in the middle, is really, really small. So I do think, and as well, the whole thing, it blocks out a lot more natural light than I thought it would. Genuinely, I don't think I really fully considered that when I was making this and when I was coming up with this plan. I did just put my dying lemon tree back on there and forget about it, but let's move on. And yeah, so I am thinking I'm gonna potentially move things around. I might take out like that middle shelf and see if that helps at all with like the natural light. I did also then think about taking it down to just one plank width basically, so it would be like a bit narrower, just to see if that helps at all with the natural light. But if you have any suggestions, let me know, because it's definitely not perfect and I'm just going to live with it for a little bit, see what I think of it, and then go from there. But this was the finished thing. I do have some stuff I will put in a clip and show you, but this is not by any means the finished thing, but it's better than it was before. So I do actually have, these are some of the things that I've like thrifted and found in like car boot sales, and like charity shops, things like that. Just stuff that I am going to use on these shelves. I basically want to have like a little like windowsill, like kitchen herb garden. And I saw this really cute thing on Pinterest of like having all the herbs in mugs. So you just like would drill a hole in the bottom for drainage, and then they're then like little teacups with like different herbs in. So I've got 2 of these like different like blue and white printed ones, and then I've got a couple of saucers for those as well. This is actually to add to my growing eclectic collection of different plates and bowls and stuff. It's got a little like hen on it and I absolutely love it. From Burley, made in Stoke. Interesting. So this is one for the collection. So that can be like for anything that needs like deeper roots or something, I'm thinking. And then this one probably as well, like a bit of a shallower one though, so we'll see what can kind of be in there, but maybe like something that I use a bit more of, because obviously it's a bit bigger diameter. And then got this little one, which another thrifted little find. So I mean, part of me feels really bad like drilling holes in the bottom of these like really nice teacups, but equally like that's just what I'm using them for, and that's okay, is what I'm trying to tell myself anyway. So this is just like my growing little collection. I've just put it in this basket of all the stuff that is like thrifted that I just haven't yet found a home for, and I'm just building up this collection for the kitchen windowsill as and when I see stuff. So it won't be in today's video that I do that, but I will do at some point a little bit of an update, and when I'm actually then like figuring out doing all the herb garden bits on it. And equally as well, see, because I'm not like completely in love with the DIY just yet, like seeing if there's any changes that I make to it. If I do make any changes, I will just film those, and then I'll probably just include all of this in like one video of what I end up doing with the windowsill. But any ideas are very, very welcome. These are just some other bits that I got. These little like, I think these are like oil and like, you know, like vinegar and things like that. So I've got 3 matching ones. So I might do like some different bits in those, we'll see. But as well. Basket's just adorable. So it's a little like picnic basket type thing. But yeah, let me know what you think of the windowsill DIY. And hopefully soon we'll have a video putting all of these bits in there with all different herbs in, which will be really cute. So thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know what you think of the windowsill shelves, and I'm not in love with them just yet, but I am open to different ideas. There are a couple of ideas that I've got that I'm gonna like see if I can incorporate. I have thought like kind of taking out one of the middle shelves, so then it's just like 2 shelves rather than 3. That might help. My dad even suggested like instead of it being a full thing across the whole window, why not just do like a little bit on the side that can then like be a bit higher. So it would just be like on the 2 sides of the window and just like a shallow shelf rather than like a whole thing across the entire window. But yeah, any ideas? Let me know, because I really need them. But I'm really trying to lean into like slow decorating, and like where I can kind of do a project, put something into place, actually live with it for like a little bit, like a few weeks, see if I actually like it or not, see if it's practical for like everyday life, and go from there. Basically readjust as needed. So this might be something that gets readjusted. I think it might be, but I do still want something there so that I can have that space for like plants and stuff like that need a bit more sunlight, so they can be on the kitchen windowsill. So yeah, let me know. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed, drop a like, comment anything. I love to hear from all of you and what you think of the videos, when it's nice comments though. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. I'm hoping as well, like I'm thinking more like vlog content coming up. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.